Welcome to One Shots, a Dum-Dums and Dice podcast where professional voiceover actors and improvisers tackle one-shot stories created in a variety of hit RPGs. I'm your host, DJ One Shot 2.0, and I'm here to welcome you to Wrath and Glory, Traitor's Hymn, an introduction to Warhammer 40k's Wrath and Glory RPG. This arc features our GM Tom McGee and players Ryan LaPlante, Borovic, and special guest Spencer Hipwell. What will happen when the Dum-Dums try a new TTRPG set in the grim darkness of the far future? Nobody knows, because it's One Shots, Wrath and Glory Edition.
Having defeated a mob of mutated menial workers from the ship and a rapidly transforming monster, you have a moment to catch your breaths in the second best banquet hall aboard the Harold Veronius, the luxury ship that you are currently fighting to retain control of. The Gellerfield is malfunctioning. You are in the warp. Squishy, gooey, gross things are happening all around you. A captain recently died, quote, quote, tearing at his clothes, desperately trying to get them off his body. The floors briefly melted, and now a chorus of the laborer's lament has finally started to abate. You find yourselves with some armsmen, including the grievously injured Lieutenant Bardot, who has succumbed to her injuries, but managed to lead her troops to at least hold off the horde until the chain swords could get here. Honoria, as you stand over Bardot, you notice she wears a pin of Saint Berthel on her lapel. She clearly took your lessons to heart and was attempting to live by them. You can see that she suffered additional wounds during the battle, despite being carried in on a stretcher, but went out fighting at least. Everyone else, though, like it's very much that this is a terrible pull, but that Zack Snyder moment where Superman drops down and all his troops are like, "Oh shit." When you walk in, Marius, because they're like, oh my God, that's the guy. And then they just watched you murder 6 things they couldn't put down. But also, you know, the tales of, you're kind of like the patron saint of armsmen because of what you did on the shuttle. So they're a bit in awe of you and obviously scared of Somnus, who just blew up a monster with his mind. But they quickly rush to your aid as best they can. And Marius, you particularly, one of them steps forward and says, the lieutenant asked us to provide aid to the agents if we were to encounter you. I think this would be best served with you, and they are going to apply a quick sort of medical fix to you. And you can recover. You can recover. What was it? D3 plus something. Shock.
Okay.
Yeah. You have 3
D3
shock currently, Marius?
Mm-hmm.
I just watched him. He rolled a 3 times. So I think
Great.
no matter what.
So you are good. Yeah. So it's stim with 2 M's. A drug that immediately restores some shock.
Okay.
A little bit of meth for you next time.
Oh, all right.
It's fine. So there's the crew is rapidly reloading their weapons and seeing to your wounds. When you start to smell a stench that is sort of slowly rolling into the banquet hall of rotting flesh intermingled with machine oil, and an armsman points back the way you came. And says, "Oh shit!" and raises his lasgun and opens fire as a mass of putrescent, again, like just folks who they got pustules. They're kind of falling over each other. It's very much that World War Z zombie.
Oh, those are the grossest
roll
ones.
where they're just crawling over each other. Comes tearing around the corner and flooding in towards the banquet hall. The armsman who patched your wounds up. Picks up the pin from the lieutenant's shirt, sticks it through his, and just says, "We'll buy you as much time as we can."
Can I say something kind of
Yeah,
like
of course. Always.
Remember, bravery can be stronger than the strongest of steels. Hold your ground. And then we'll keep moving. And I kind of put a quick hand kind of on your shoulder because it would be like, she's very brave. And then, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Also, great job with the
Oh yeah, thanks. That's great. Let's go though. Let's go. There's a lot of bad guys.
Yeah, the ground was melting. We should keep moving.
Yeah, that was. You know what? That wasn't me. No problem. And he just shoves you in. The moment we are clear through the next hallway, Tom, I would like to smite the roof behind us to just cause this to collapse and make sure that when the armsmen all die, the monsters can't come after us.
Go for it. Onaria, I'm going to give you a wrath for inspiring the lieutenant to hold the line. Yeah. And I believe, Marius, I heard off air that maybe you have something to say.
I didn't use a single bullet that combat, so could I potentially get a
objective achieved?
I'll take this one.
I was gonna say, what are you got any cool objectives over there, Maria? I realize I don't know any of your.
I got a platinum this one shot. So
one of them is I'm supposed to inspire people to not be afraid, but the only person who's been afraid is myself. So
that's true. That's not great.
Then also to dedicate a victory over an enemy to the Saint Berthal, which I have not done yet, and then assist a companion with the power of my faith, which I also have not done yet. So I'm working towards it.
Yeah,
what about you?
Aspirational goals.
Okay, so yeah, we had the combat without using any bullets. Swear a vow worthy of an absolver and fulfill it. So like if we say like I will do this, I'll die or I do it. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
so that's one. Yeah. So I thought at one point in time, like, wouldn't it be hilarious? Someone's like, "Could you get me a drink?" I'm like, "I vow."
And you wonder why you're not a full-fledged Space Marine.
I know.
That's the secret you learned was like sometimes people are just like, can someone get the door? I vow to get the door. Welcome to the chapter, brother.
All the other absolvers are like, "God damn it.
Another guy just did the door thing.
Don't tell anyone else. No one can know.
Damn it, Chaplain. We're changing the rules.
That was the secret thing I
Chaplain
learned.
Steve.
Can only do one each.
And then the other one is, by my example and advice, lead a mortal warrior to victory.
Fair enough. Well, we are abandoning these moral warriors.
They will not succeed.
I just was like, good luck.
But I mean,
that gets you one of these where I'm like, almost give it to you, but no.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I just wanted them to feel a little bit better doing it.
Yeah, inspired.
I guess so. It's up to you to pick a vow and then swear it. I don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah, not that one. It's probably going to be related to one of you two.
All right, let's
keep
smite
them
a
alive.
Ceiling. Let's ruin this.
The ceiling. I forgot.
You ruining that fucking ceiling there, buddy?
Fuck me.
The crown molding.
All right, I'm going to use a wrath point.
Wow!
I tanked this die roll real hard. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. I have achieved 5 icons. One of them is exalted, so I'll put another one in the pool. And then I rolled a complication. So perils of the warp.
Perils of the warp.
Perils of the warp. It's a warpy successy.
Get out of here, psycher business.
All right, roll
the warp's
that.
open, buddy.
That's a 6.
Oh,
the warp's so open.
High's a good number. Like, that's gotta be good.
I loved when it went.
I mean, 1 was loud. And
What's
3
6,
was
Tom?
goo.
I still have a reroll theoretically, so don't worry if it blows up my head.
We're gonna hang on. We're gonna hang on to it for a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
See his head start
I
to
think
crack.
you did a great job on that warp
Well,
thing.
bam! I closed the wall behind us. And I'm like, all right, so we got rid of those pesky mortals.
Do you not quite count?
What do you mean?
Never mind.
I'm more human than you, but you're more immortal than me. She's actually the most mortal of the 3 of us.
God, and
Impressive.
that's how I would like to be.
So,
As the
Shall we
Emperor
keep
made
moving?
me.
oh yeah. Let's keep moving. That seems very reasonable. I have the master key. Is there anything that we should be talking about? I don't really get attached to people because I got like 3 more years left to live, and I spend most of my time eating and getting wasted because I'm stuck in Imperium Nihilus after having survived warp storms to get here. I don't get to retire. You know, retiring's for like 50-year-old people. I'm 32. I'm gonna be done. I'm just gonna be done. So, like, do you guys have hopes and dreams of some shit I need to know about? What motivates you?
Becoming a fully fledged Space Marine, of course, and defending the system, and one day reuniting with the Imperium.
Wow, that's like some big stuff. Like, how do you become a Space Marine, though? Do they go like, good job, here's a hat?
Somewhat, not a hat necessarily, but a carapace underneath my actual skin. One more augmentation, and then I will be a fully fledged
What do you need? How do you get that?
I must lead mortal warriors or a mortal warrior to victory.
Points to Sister Honoria.
My plan is to keep you both alive.
I mean, you led her into that last one.
That is true. You drove the charge.
I don't know if that was necessarily leading, but I appreciate what you are trying to do.
I
How do you
followed in your
define-
footsteps.
How do you define leading?
That's a good point.
Because there are two more. We're walking as we say this. I just want to be clear. But we're walking as we say this. He's like, I'm pretty fucking mortal, and she's 100% mortal. So like, you got mortals.
We'll see if we go through this. In the meantime, let's just keep our heads about us, and we'll think of it this way. We're going to get out of this alive. I will make sure of this. I promise.
You promise? Is that like a vow?
I vow to get you out of here in some way or another.
Alive. Okay. And what we're
Alive.
saying, so you're saying like you only count as our leader if we don't die. If we die, you're not in charge. But if we live, you're in charge.
No, I wouldn't say that either. You are important. You are important to me, and I feel like you are important to our mission. You are more than just mortal, as you say, from what
Okay.
I've seen.
That's kind of you, but I feel like you're giving yourself an impossible task because you're like, do you know what leadership is?
I've seen it.
He doesn't know what leadership is.
I think he's doing a wonderful job.
Oh, yes. But he can only complete his goal if he does. You're one of those teaching sisters, right?
And yes.
Yeah, you're like that one from the Imperial propaganda, the flying nun. You know, she's got that jetpack and she defeats the orcs.
Saying Saint Celestine.
Oh, sure, I don't care. So what I'm saying
Such
is
an
like,
interesting man.
could you got to teach him what leadership is so he knows when he did it. Otherwise, he's going to be all pure of heart, and he's never going to say he was a leader. And then he's never going to be a space marine. He's going to be a scout forever. Look at how old he is. He's so old.
I believe in Terran years I would be perhaps 25.
Oh, my God. If he
Whoa.
was a psyker, he'd have like 7 more years. This guy is an adult, and he doesn't know what leadership is. If you could show him, we get a great hero for the Imperium before I go. And if there's one thing I can do before, I don't know, my head explodes or I get eaten by Malbolgia, then, you just defeat him.
What is Malbolgia?
It's just a word. It's my favorite booze, I think I said earlier. It's fine. It's
You did.
fine.
No, I heard you say that earlier. I heard your entire conversation.
All right, both of you just get in close. I'm going to make this real quick. So the M word is the name of a certain entity who may have seen me through the war, but now I'm trying to hide from.
So one of
I don't know if you should be saving him then.
He vowed. Sorry, he's got to do it now.
well, hold on.
You're going to try to walk back a vow?
No,
What do you,
no.
absolve your vows? Absolver? Is that what it's about?
You're lucky I enjoy your company.
I like you too. But seriously, you do need to teach him what leadership is, because if he can become a space marine, I
Well,
believe
there's
in the future of the Imperium.
Well, thank you.
Well, my form of leadership is just teaching by example, leading people and getting them to trust themselves.
Well, so far you've been doing great by not using ammunition when not required. So far so
Yes.
good.
Well, continue to do that. You've done a great job leading people into battle, and part of it is just allowing people to trust themselves. It seems really you need to just trust yourself and lean into your impulses, because all of them have been good so far.
Well, I mean, here's an interesting question, sister, because I know the thoughts that you've been having. Sorry, I can't help but hear them. I know the thoughts that you've been having, and you don't really trust yourself with, like, the pendant thing or, like, the other stuff that's been going down in your world. So if he's got to teach you to trust yourself,
May I
maybe
see
you
this
got to take the
pendant?
lesson.
May I see this pendant?
All right, we're doing it while we're
Wait,
walking.
hold on. Yeah, this whole time we're like,
Yeah, there's
We're
a,
marching.
there's
It's
a
a
lot
walk
of
and
there's
talk.
a lot of
He said it's
corridors.
kilometers long.
Yeah.
you did. Yeah, that does help.
Yep.
So she's going to pull out a book that she has on her belt that she opens, that a piece was cut out of
Ooh.
it. So the pendant is there, and the bottom of the pendant hangs out because it looks like a rosary, because all of the Sisters of Battle have rosaries that they carry, and usually you take the ones from the fallen sisters.
Okay.
So she took it and she kept it and she gives it to you. But instead of what should be on the bottom, which is the Ministorum symbol, it's just it looks warpy and corrupted. It looks wrong.
Okay, so not necessarily the chaos symbol, but it's something different.
It's chaotic. It's not
Chaotic.
specific. It's clearly unholy.
Okay.
I think the Emperor wanted me to keep it.
Well, I don't know if the Emperor wants you to keep this because he's currently busy somewhere else. But I think what you are doing is just simply one of those human things of this belonged to someone important to you, from what I see. And as long as this is dealt with and hidden appropriately, for this is highly heretical, and you know this,
Yes.
and he knows this.
I mean, I'm kind of the one who's definitely guilty of aiding and abetting. I did not picture you going down this road.
The words on the page in the book start to shift into toil and service workers dear. Come ye now to service. Know the emperor is near and always will protect us.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't read that.
And the letter S on that slowly starts to coil, and it's writing it over and over again, but the last line is coiling, pointing towards the sigil and just swirling around it.
That seems very bad.
He's going to hand it back because he was very tempted to just go this, but I don't want to deal with conflict. So he just gives it to you right
The
now.
classic Space Marine problem. Fear of conflict.
Amongst us.
It's a real absolver.
Well, you have to think. Because I'm like, of course, it's like, I mean, he knows. And then it doesn't serve us any well to have any infighting right now.
I mean, sister, at this point, let's be honest. It does seem like that even touching that thing turns stuff kind of evil.
Do you have perhaps a better container for it?
Or could we just destroy it? I'll use my psychic powers.
We
It'll
can
be a
keep the
beautiful
chain.
thing. Yeah, you could. I mean, I wouldn't, but you could.
That's a good point.
I think if it needs to be destroyed here, I understand.
Do you need to say a few words, perhaps?
Do you want to do a funeral for the necklace?
If you need to. I don't know if you need to. You're mortal, as was highlighted, so...
Yeah,
I don't
he's
know.
leading you through this.
Yes, thank you for understanding our mortal ways. I know you are close being a son of the Emperor, but all of those who've fallen in battle deserve to be remembered, for they too sit beside the Emperor as their souls return to him, as is the way.
Hopefully.
Definitely.
And the speakers crackle, and your dead friend says, yes, I agree.
Turn off the speak, God damn it.
I'm going to smite that pendant.
I'm dropping it in the book and everything on the floor.
Stamp.
He's stomping, and I'm like, hey, give me a second.
All right, hold on.
I'll smite the remains.
I apologize for our callous nature, but destroy this. I'm
I
sure
have
she was great.
3 icons, 1 exalted.
Great.
Nice.
Book goes splat.
All right, that's pachow.
Well, don't sweat it, says the Vox. It's like, I'll be seeing all of you soon anyway, so it's okay. You don't need to carry around anything that reminds me of you.
Gulp.
And then the Vox sprays vomit across the room and just kind of slowly sinks down the wall across from you.
All right, well, it looks like you might need to lead the sister against the ghost of whoever was inside the necklace.
I will do what I can.
Be not afraid, all of us. We've
I'm
been
never
brought
afraid.
together for this mission exactly. All 3 of us were handpicked. The Emperor wanted us to be here to fight this horrific evil.
Of course.
And for you
yes.
to earn your place as a space marine.
I'm sure he
And
would love this.
for you to find food, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm not afraid anymore, sister. You really helped me with your deep-seated coaching. Can I roll 2? This is definitely a lie. He knows from her surface thoughts.
Sure.
My pitch for this for the inside is he knows from her surface thoughts she desperately needs to be helping people to not be afraid, but
Yes.
she's been terrified this whole mission.
Correct.
Yep.
So this is just a shitty lie.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I thought you were making a meta pitch. And I was like, fuck you. But this, I
No,
like.
this is in world.
Yeah.
He's just like, she needs this.
Yep.
You probably need to roll insight to figure out whether or not you know I'm lying because he's not good at it.
Can I do it too?
I mean, you're
what's
trying to
happening?
figure humanity. I'm not going to disagree.
I don't know. I'm just watching. It's just fun to know.
Sure. And Del, yeah, let's go with insight, I think, or awareness. Insight.
There's no
I have
way.
1 exalted icon, so I got 2 successes.
I have 1 success.
Okay, so he doesn't know.
I have 1 success.
I have convinced. I
We're all in
convinced him.
this. We're all in this together.
There you go, Del.
No one's afraid.
Icon.
Thank you.
Wrath points.
No one's afraid.
Objective
He
complete.
sees both of them get really emotionally touched by how effective she was because it means you taught her something and she taught me something. And on the way out, he's like, "Oh God, I am leading this team."
You are the captain now.
Got his hands.
As you pass the vomit that the speaker spewed, it has formed the words, though ye toil for golden throne and sweat and bleed in labor, the emperor holds you tight his own and keeps us in his favor.
May I say, chaos seems somewhat theatrical, more than needed, extra.
Yeah, it's extra.
All
yeah.
right.
It seems very on par with what I'm used to.
Seems like somewhat of a waste. They're just trying to spook us.
sister, you got like a flamer or something that burns stuff?
That'd
Usually,
be fantastic,
you type dope.
actually, with this sweat.
Unfortunately, I've worked with mostly the ground troops, not the heavy artillery.
All right, I'm not just going to start blasting everything we look at.
You start, Somnus, you start to feel a draw, a slight pull as you turn. Yeah, southern draw. As you turn a corner, and ahead of you, you can see the doors of the Grand Library. The doors seem to be sweating.
It's no, it's more book stuff. There's a problem with the book room. It's wet.
And we have
That's
to go
not
through
how. I mean, we got. That's the way we got to go.
There's no vent.
If there was a direction we were going towards the Figella field, I would say it was south, and I'm feeling drawn to that south.
All right.
All right, so if we're going through the wet door, I think it's you first, points to the Space Marine, because you're leading, and then you second to protect me from fear, and then I will come in if necessary.
And we're going straight through this library.
I don't see a left or right turn. Unless you think you can bash your way through a wall, but then you have to bash your way through another wall. I think they might hear it. They're already talking to us
And
through the speakers and doing the barf
floor
thing.
got all goopy. Can't even trust the wall.
You know, maybe we just all go through this together. Just
Let's go
fire and
quickly.
brimstone.
Hold
Let's
on.
do this, but
Hold
we
on.
got to pray loud.
Hold on.
I'm holding.
Is there anything that we can do at this door to glean any other information? Is there like anything that like perhaps like technologically we could somehow gleam into the other room? I don't know if there's like.
Fortunately, no. There's I'm sure like an access panel next to the door, but it is also sweating profusely.
Oh, you were thinking technology through the door. I got technology right up here. Points to his head. It says, no. And I would like to cast. I will cast Sign of Science through the door.
Is he singing?
He's doing his psychic visions. I think that's what it sounds like.
It must be similar to your prayer and how it helps you somewhat focus when it
but
comes
it's
to certain
completely
things.
different.
Well, I mean,
His powers come from the warp. My powers of faith come from my love of the Emperor.
right.
And his glory. And
He
his
is quite-
eternalness.
Yeah,
And his holiness.
he was quite glorious.
I like you guys as a weird stakeout partners who are just like debating the ethics of like.
I don't want to
should
be
we
like
do with
immediately
the
be
buzz-
like, he's a tactical genius and that's it.
No, I like it. You're being very
He's
kind.
just
being very
he's
polite.
just
You're both
apparently-
having this polite debate as next to you, Danny DeVito is sweating, flexing his whole body and
I'm the
staring at
trash
the door.
man.
Yeah. I got 8 successes.
Oh my god!
Two of them are on Exalted Icon. So I'll throw another one in the glory pool, and I will make this an extreme success.
Who's the Emperor's right hand man? Are you him?
Malkador.
Malcolm. Jesus.
Malkahor. Garbage. No, Sign of Science. So I can sense the presence of the warp pressing in against the material world. So I can detect the presence of warp phenomena within 50 meters. And it says end line of sight, but I was like, we might be able to flex that through the door if you want.
Yeah, okay.
It includes sustained psychic power. Psychic powers being activated in similar effects as decided by the GM. So whatever you want me to see.
Oh, baby, what do
Extra
you see?
vision.
Oh my god.
So it is like staring directly into a light bulb. There's just
Again?
warp energy. Yeah, there's warp energy just cascading out of a central point in this space. As you focus against it, I'm going to need you to roll a corruption check.
Oh, okay. How do those work?
Oh shit. New thing.
So for a corruption test,
Conviction.
you are going to roll. Please roll equal to your conviction.
Okay.
Yeah. So roll your conviction,
What?
please.
Honoria is a pure of faith. And just being in the presence of her, any allies within 15 meters gain +2 bonus dice to corruption tests. Just from chilling with me.
Thank you. That debate immediately to my left is really paying off.
He,
Wow,
he protects all of us every moment.
Yep.
He looks down here upon us. He knows what we are doing.
Okay, I have 4 success. Oh, wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 successes, 2 on Exalted, and 1 of them is the Wrath die.
Yeah. Big glory the whole.
Whoa, yeah.
Glory the whole.
All right, so yeah, you are able to focus your. We can say you get
Great.
a token of glory for sure. I think we'll say that we give you just like learned piece of information.
Cool.
You can see the as clearly as you remember feeling it, sort of in your mind's eye when you were at the auction. You can see the book that was purchased at auction, and you can see warp energy spilling out of it. There seem to be, like, it's soaking into the walls around it, so there's tremendous warp energy afoot within the library, but it all seems to be cascading out of this book. And you can see energy being drawn out of it, almost like someone is pulling threads out of something. So just more energy is being drawn from it.
And you just see him like step back from the storm, go, oh, okay. There's a bad book in there. All the ghosts are coming out of the bad book. We got to deal with the bad book or avoid the bad book. It's bad.
Can you tell precisely where it is?
It's there. It points into the room. Right in the middle.
All right, well, if you can tell where it is, and Marcus is indeed a good marksman, sometimes there are reasons to use bullets, and perhaps...
I mean, to be
This
clear, it's like a
sounds-
warp storm in there. It's nuts.
Well, if we don't go in there, but rather you know precisely where it is, could we destroy it from afar?
I have take out the sniper rifle. I'm like, we could back up a bit at least, or you could.
All right, if we go all the way back down the hall, I'll smite the door. Door go pop, then you better take that shot quick. I'll line you up the best of my ability.
Is it just on the ground? Like, you know where it is.
I know where. I feel like I'm pretty locked in on the book.
All right.
I do not know if this will work, but I think it's worth a try.
I'm hoping.
Okay, so this is bananas.
It's a book. I'm
gonna kill a
scared.
book. We're gonna kill a
Somnus,
book.
I think what I need from you is probably a leadership role to see if you can accurately describe where Marius is shooting. 'Cause, sorry, maybe I misunderstand this. Is the idea you're going to smite the door
We're
and then
essentially-
Marius sights it and shoots? Or is the idea I'm going to tell you where it is and the minute the door blows, you got to pop the book?
like get him into position with it aimed approximately where it is. Then I'm going to pop the door, and he's going to theoretically be lined up.
Then
to
I
take
don't
the
need
shot.
the leadership.
Okay.
I probably do
Let's
for
do
this
it. Let's
coherency.
do
That's
it. Yeah,
I'm
let's
fine
do a
with it.
leadership check. Yeah.
Because you're still guiding.
Yeah, I still need to
somewhat.
set this up and lock the timing and make sure there's no confusion in this plan between three people who are bad at
Marius, what's your
communication.
intellect? What's your intellect score?
My intellect? Is that one of the top ones?
Yeah.
Was that this one?
Yeah.
4.
4. Okay, so I'm going to say then difficulty, I'm going to have that and say difficulty 2, because it's not like you're trying to resist it, you're trying to understand it. So,
I'm just hearing him out.
yeah.
Oh yeah, baby. I'll never. Oh, you let me get my powers in here. I'm gonna fucking show you. He says, and he touches your shoulder to line up so you can see his unholy vision. Because that on 5 dice is 1,
shit.
2.
Oh, no.
That's 8 successes.
Oh, here's your 2
on
fucking
5
glory
dice.
points. you
Oh
piece
my
of shit.
god.
All right.
Yep, 3 of them were exalted.
Ugh.
So,
So-
we'll use that.
Yeah. So Somnus will be on one shoulder, and Honoria will lean down on the other shoulder and put her hand on Marius's other shoulder, and she can use her faith to cast divine guidance.
Oh.
So she uses her divine guidance to give one character with the Imperium keyword within hearing range gains +2 bonus dice to ballistic skill tests.
Wow.
So she's like,
Shit.
strike true, the Emperor will guide you.
Yeah. Think of how good your general is.
Yeah, you
Think
love
how
that,
good your
don't you?
general is at shooting.
Oh,
He's a
yeah.
good tactician. He's good at shooting.
He is a
Maybe.
Has he shot a gun? Anyway.
Psychic
He's
gun.
just, but the idea is with all these successes, he actually imparts on you the vision of what he can
Oh,
see
I
through the
see
door.
it?
Yeah. So for you, it's like you're actually sighting in on the target.
There's like so many like bells going off in his head. He's like, I don't know if this is all right. Okay, so I am doing.
So,
And you just hear him yell, blast him! And he fires a smite down at the door.
All right,
'cause I
well,
have
let's
to
see
do
if that door
first.
goes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you still gotta do that. I forgot.
Okay.
Okay.
We love this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Okay.
6 icons. 2 of them are exalted.
Hell yeah.
Okay. There is a blast of
I maxed there.
flesh and gore as the wooden seeming sweating doors erupt, revealing a rib cage that has grown in between them. Doors blast open. Over to you, Marius. Let's see if you can pull off this shot.
So,
beyond the doors, as
we're
you're
using the sniper
sighting, you see the Grand Library has been deeply corrupted. Let me just pull my notes here because they're super gross, and I appreciate how gross they went with it.
I like that.
You see shelves of old wood running along the walls, and the wood grain of the bookshelves oozes viscous, clear liquid. The book's leather is cracked and rotten, spilling foul-smelling flakes across the black rockcrete floor. There's a screen that normally depicts a flickering starfield across the ceiling that's now a bewildering swirl of colors and shapes. Static fills the air, and you can hear the clicking and whirring even at this distance of small things flitting between the shelves. The bookshelves themselves seem in a process of constantly warping and twisting into profane shapes, effigies of a laughing, bulbous god bestowing grotesque blessings on his followers. The racks of books appear to lean in above hand, growing more like limbs of trees in a festering forest than any proper architecture. Metal description.
That is very cool.
And then,
Luckily, you're not distracted by any of this because you have the burn-in image in your head.
though I
Yes.
do got to ask, what's the perils of the warp, Tom?
Oh, Ryan.
Oh no!
You know you've been holding it.
Okay, so we've been playing with the baby version of this chart. Do we want to go to the full?
I
we're
mean,
getting
if
a
you
lot
want,
of
I rolled a
perils.
6, man. I don't know what any of this
Yeah,
does.
you got.
You get to
Oh,
whatever
that
chart
one.
you
Oh,
want,
that
baby.
one. Oh.
Yeah, I had one of 4.
Yeah.
We've been waiting on.
Yeah.
Okay, yes,
the
this
point
is
that-
good.
Unless
Thank you,
it was
thank you
the
for
spooky
reminding
book.
me. Yep,
It was the book. It's okay.
Yeah, unless you're just giving us the book. But I was like, I don't think he is. I think the book just was there.
the book.
Go ahead and roll your attack. and I'll tell you
we
what
also
happens.
need, before he does it, it's Sniper 2, and we
Oh.
don't know what that does.
Yeah.
Please, Tom.
Sniper
you for the
2.
reminder.
I'm
Got a
just
trait on
keeping
it.
I remember
chips.
looking at it because, and then silent. I think we can figure
Silent
that
makes
out
sense.
to
Yeah,
some
it means it
degree.
makes this noise. As video games and movies have taught me.
It's even quieter. Because Warhammer's so incredibly futuristic.
It's
Sometimes
weird. My glasses got pushed up when you did that. It's so strange.
I forgot to bring mine.
Sniper, optimized for high accuracy over long range. When you aim with a sniper weapon, you gain an additional +1 bonus die to the attack and gain plus ED equal to the weapon's sniper rating.
Oh, so you get
Aim is
more ED.
an action you can take. I think it's safe to say you took that.
Yeah.
But that should actually also give
Absolutely.
you some bonus.
ballistic
Holy
skill plus
shit.
3
So
dice.
aim
for your
allows you to
die.
sacrifice your movement to focus on aiming. If you aim, you cannot make a movement, but you get +1 bonus die to ranged attack tests you make this turn.
And then so
Okay.
the ED goes up by the sniper
By
rating.
2 when
so
he,
it'll
if,
be,
if he
I
hits.
see.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
right now we got the 9 for the ballistic. So let's.
So what is
Do
your
you have
ballistic
me-
skill normally?
7?
7.
So you need 3 more.
You 8, 9. You need a 10th die
Didn't I do that? Oh,
because you have
I just
aiming
gave you
plus
another one.
Dell's
2.
special
Oh,
2 for
right.
me and 1 for the sniper.
Okay, so I just
too.
need
Do you
one
want one
more.
of mine? You just
What do you
pass.
want?
Sure. Yeah. Here.
Well, from everyone.
There we go. All right. Okay. Ooh, exalted. Oh, exalted on the wrath. Okay. Okay, so that's 3 exalted so far. It's also. Oh, it's no. never
That's
mind.
damage. We're still just hitting
We're
right now.
just
Yes.
hitting.
Sorry.
You don't have your
Yes.
brutal ED yet.
I also don't get that with this.
Oh.
That's what I was checking for. Okay, so sorry. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Shit.
11 successes.
11 successes.
11 successes,
All right.
3 unexalted, and he got a 6 on the
Yeah.
wrath. die.
So as you sight up the aim, you blink once, and instead of the book, you see Sister Honoria. You blink again, you see the book, and you kind of just shake it out of your head, but you're just getting a bit of double vision of the book and Honoria. But you, feeling her hand on your shoulder, you're confident that you should just take the shot regardless. But the perils of the warp is for this round. Ranged attacks can sometimes hit the wrong person because you're all having difficulty seeing false faces. But he's fine. It didn't trigger.
Oh, okay.
So you don't
I
need
was
to.
like, I can no proof.
Oh,
Yep.
do you have
That
to
was
roll a
pretty
certain
good.
thing
He's
to do
fine.
it?
Yeah, he didn't roll a 1 on his wrath die, so he's good.
Oh, shit.
Hence why I'm telling you
Wow.
about it instead
that's
of
so
being like
cool.
Honoria's head explodes, which was
Damn.
the other way that was going to go.
Okay.
Okay, so that's all good on that front.
think I can give back.
Just for further clarification, though, so you fire the shot. You can see there's a group of cultists crouching around the book. and there's a man in a tattered robe standing over it, reading from it, and coughing up bile and pus. But your target is sighted, so you're still good to shoot with your 1,000 successes. I just want to let you know what you're looking at.
All right. So then, so base damage, ED, and how was it with the ED again?
You'll add 2 additional dice.
So it'll
think
be
it's safe to
3
say
base, but then you did 11.
Well, it's
shooting
a
a
book.
book.
Yeah, we gotta.
So
Oh,
I
okay.
think what I'll say is based on how many absurd successes you have. You have we'll say we'll spend a glory point, but then you gain another one from all the crazy successes. That back in the room with the guardsmen when they were healing you up, one of them just came over and said, we were told we've been saving this. We found this in the stores. It's illegal aboard, but you will know what to do with it. Thank you, brother, for keeping us safe. And they hand you an incendiary round.
Oh,
so we'll
heck yeah.
imagine that you had that locked and loaded for this. So you fire the shot, and the book bursts into green flame as the incendiary shot explodes within it. And having hit the book, oh boy. So all of a sudden the space in it's a little bit like when the containment unit in Ghostbusters gets busted open and just shit starts flying out of it.
Oh, shit.
As the book explodes, just like there's weird twisting energy within the library itself. As the bookshelves just break and collapse, losing their kind of twisting images. Books just scatter to the ground. The cultists in the ring around the books' heads explode, and the man in the robe staggers back as though he's been slapped, and you actually see his back invert as little like bursts of fluid burst off of his chest, and he starts laughing. But the room inside the screen above cracks, breaks, and kind of rains sparks down. And the library is still fucked up, and a lot of its stuff is twisted into various shapes. But the book doesn't seem to be cascading energy. For you, Somnus, it's a little bit like after image. Like what was burning bright is now you can still see the traces of it, but they have dissipated.
All right, the book's done. Get the dude.
Thank you for your assistance. Let's go.
Onward.
All right. So you rush into the library. Your comm, you had it, I think, last Somnus,
Yes.
begins to crackle from the bridge, and you hear the flight commander and Lord
Mildred.
Meldrick come in. And you hear the lieutenant just say, whatever you did, it was good. Whatever was holding us in the warp is gone. The navigator's still unconscious, but whatever field was preventing us from moving, we still need to plot a course out of here. That's not going to be great. And the Geller field is still malfunctioning, so we can't go anywhere yet, but that was great. Whatever you did, and just very good. Righto. Ha ha. Eat that, you Xenos fucks.
All right, we got some big cultist guy here, though, so send support.
Shoot him.
It's not. Yeah, we're on it. We're fucking on it.
Yeah. So you walk over, and this creature is just growing more bulbous, and mouths are opening across it, and it's laughing. Somnus, you recognize the figure that you saw at the auction.
That's the sickly book man I told you about. This, I know it. I know that son of a bitch would be here.
And
Get him!
In a chorus of voices coming out of its body, just says,
I congratulate you on your victory, but it matters little. I brought this accursed vessel into warp as an offering to Faster on. That I have already explored our master's blessings throughout it. I will be immortal, and you may cower for the little time you have left watching our master's blessings spread. And he begins to explode bile and pus. As he starts to sort of lurch towards you, slowly expanding.
All right.
Once more.
Shall we?
Okie dokie.
He just looked at him and he's like, blast!
In the words of our psycho compatriot, shall we blast him?
Let us blast him in the name of the Emperor.
This one needs bullets. All right.
Go ahead and roll your ballistics.
Absolutely. Okay, so...
But, Tom, one of my objectives was to assist a companion with use of my faith.
And you use it on the person who
Have a
is least-
coin! Coins.
coin
Thank
to
you.
You need those.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Valley of Plenty.
Oh, I'm of the Valley of Little. I keep them to myself.
All right. Wait. Oh, hold on. This is a 7. Okay. And I think for this one we'll use. Actually, how are we still at the end of the hall? Or
Yeah, you guys didn't enter the room.
and where is he?
He's in
roughly?
the
He is doing the long run, but on all fours while expanding and having things burst off of him. So
I think I'll use the rifle again.
I
then.
think you should.
Okay. So in
I don't
that
want to
case-
railroad you, but
It's okay. It makes sense.
you want to chainsaw the acid spewing bile monster? I mean, okay.
I'll make it. Okay. Okay. So with that, with the aim, does that come into play for this, or was that?
Yeah,
later?
you can sacrifice your movement to aim again.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
All
You
right.
haven't
Then
moved.
I will do that. Okay. So then the
So
aim
that
gave me
gives
what?
you 8
8.
because
okay.
you get an additional for aiming.
Thank you.
And is your blessing still active, or is that a faith
It's
spend?
a faith spend, but I mean, we could faith spend
don't-
it again.
To be clear, he's very far away, and I don't think you need to, but you could. I just wanted to ask.
I think it'll be okay potentially. I should be able. Ideally, I'll be able to get a hit.
What does Sister Honoria think? It doesn't matter what we think. We
That's
just
true.
decide
That
rules.
is true.
What
That
does the
is
lady
true.
think? She's got her faith powers.
No, I think it is true that it's like we struck down the book. He's prepared for another strike, so she's just Emperor willing. That creature will not even reach us.
All right.
So 2 more dice for you.
Okay. More math. Thank you.
Math rocks.
Okay, so that is 6, 8, 10.
10.
And how many exalted?
3.
He bursts like a grape. The bullet pierces him, and the body was expanding and expanding. Caustic acid is thrown in all directions, burning a hole in the deck below, burning holes in the bookshelves and everything else. But no, he was a bursty bomb. So yeah, he burns a crater in the library.
God, we didn't go in that room.
Yeah, having murdered him most foul, you're able to make your way into the library.
Watch out for the hole.
Yeah, Arentina Caldo is chained up and unconscious, kind of overseeing the book. They seem to kind of set her up in a grim mockery of her role. Her one hand is kind of like held, like one finger is pinned up in a shh over her lips and has been kind of impaled through her arm with a spike.
She alive or dead?
She's unconscious.
All right,
up there.
we got
That said, the archivists who were with her and you on your trip, their guts have been used to create some rather colorful language around the cult site and kind of rings around it in a language that makes your head hurt a little bit if you look at it, makes your stomach ill, so
like
you
it.
don't look too much at it.
I think along his way, Somnus would charge up his force staff with just enough energy to not be worried about something ricocheting back at him. Then you just break up the patterns on the walk through so that he's not exposed to any like rings. Because ritualistic rings, generally when broken, are not as effective.
Okay.
And he's gonna be like, you gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. He says.
Can I get a
He smacks her
Medicaid
on
check
the
from
head.
whoever wants to actually wake her up?
Well, I mean, he's trying. He's not very smart.
I'll pass.
I'll roll my not great die roll on this.
Wake up.
He hits her. That is 3 successes, one of them exalted on the wrath die.
She wakes up, and with the finger kind of over her mouth, just like eyes immediately open, says, "You must stop them from breeding." Oh shit, they're all dead.
Yeah, it's like, why did we get this book, lady? This book is fucked.
Yes, I was taking it for disposal. Could you get my fucking finger off of my?
Oh yeah, I mean this is gonna hurt you a lot more than it's gonna hurt me.
And he's just going to yank the spike out.
I
right,
don't
so-
like being loud in the library.
Who are you? I thought you were just like some library lady. We had to buy a book.
Yes, I am. This is my library. Agents. Yes, I was sent to get the book so we could dispose of it properly, but not here. We can't dispose of it on this luxury liner. It had to be properly taken care of. That's why I brought you. And she points with her still pinned finger. So we had to be sure that this was the cursed home. But now that I think of it, perhaps our orders were intercepted. Perhaps. Oh shit! We were used. We were used to bring this fucking book here.
Oh, wait, you mean you got scammed and now it's my fault?
No, I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying we both got scammed.
And the orders were from who?
We were told there was an Imperial Inquisitorial agent aboard the Ducal Circlet. I had never heard of such a person, but when one receives orders from the Inquisition, one does as one is told. I assumed if Veronius would certainly be able to solve for it if necessary, but I'm beginning to wonder if that was even from him. And she points at them. She says, this book, what they were doing, it's what pulled us into the warp. They called themselves well, it's been a hot second.
I mean, he called himself immortal and then exploded. So, like, he's not a thinking kind of guy.
Yeah, no, he didn't
Excellent
mean
point.
he didn't mean here. This is they called themselves the festering abundance.
Ugh.
Oh,
that's gross. Okay, do you got like a metal box, like a lock box of some kind?
Yes, you just have to dump out my carefully organized cards.
Oh,
She just
yeah.
points
It's,
all
just,
over.
it shits all over the floor immediately. He's coming back, puts the book in a box, shuts it. He's like, all right, the only person who's like the most holy sister, I think you got to like hang on to this for a bit.
the remains of this cursed tome.
Yeah, pretty much.
Take it. You could purify it at the sanctified spa. It's on your way. If you're going to the Gellerfield Sanctum,
yeah,
it's
that's
on the
where we're
way.
going. So
you'd be able to dip it in the purified waters there. That'll fuck it up.
All right, so we'll torch the book on the way. You
the incinerator shot burned up the pages. So
but
this
I
is,
mean the evil part. If
Soul
you
torching.
get us the info on this, get us copies of all the orders and stuff, and I guess fix the hole in your arm and hand.
yeah, I think is there somewhere safe you've been, or surely surely it was just contained to the library.
The hole that way isn't too bad.
Oh, everything's kind of a nightmare. We close the other end. You should just stay here.
Oh shit!
We
We
got
got
them-
looks around at all the burned guts and everything. She's like, "This is the safe place.
Oh, we got dumped into the warp, and the Gellerfield didn't work so good. So like,
Nowhere
This is the
safe.
safe place."
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
yeah, this place isn't melting. So like, get your stuff. Here, you can have my Psychana Mercy blade. It sounds like it's a Psyker blade, but if you look at the traits, it's just a blade, so you can have this one. And he hands it over. He's like, you can defend yourself now.
All right. Well, so much for pen is mighty. Oh, yes, very good. She sort of pulls out a map of the sort of here to the. She like goes and gets.
You are here.
Yeah, pretty much.
I see.
She uses the dagger to point at stuff. No, she's still got her pin finger. She uses that. She's like, okay, so from here, the easiest way forward is to the Chapel of Saints. This may actually be a good place to dispose
Yeah,
of
we
the
got to
book
deal
as
with the
well.
book. Shit.
So from the Chapel of Saints, you'll have to pass around through a backstage in the Perpetual Opera. There's an easy way through to the spa that the singers use. As you know, they cycle through so the Perpetual piece can keep going. It's likely the least busy, and if everyone is turning into, and she points at the remains of the cultists, she's like, if everyone is turning into those aboard the ship, you don't want to go to any of the largely populated areas. Stay the fuck away from the hydroponics garden and the prestige arena, 2 spaces we do not have time to cover in this one shot. But stay away from the larger city centers.
Okay, so we ignore those. We're looking at.
All right.
What you're saying? We
Go
go,
to
to
the
spa.
go to the
spa,
chapel.
You go to the opera.
Yeah, go to the chapel if you need rest, if you need respite, if you need to regain any shock or injury. Go through the chapel. From there, the Perpetual Opera is nearby. It will be well attended, but there is a secret entrance to
So
the
we're going
spot beyond
backstage.
it.
Yeah.
Got to get backstage. So you'll have to cross through the audience, get backstage. The Gellerfield Sanctum is beyond the spa.
All right, so that's like 3 places. We got this. We're going to do this efficiently. Is there anything you guys want to say to this librarian?
I would attend to your wounds so that you are more efficient in case you are under attack.
She holds up the dagger, rips off the fistful of like cards that you dumped on the floor out and stuffs them in her wound. Just, that'll have to do for now.
Sure. Let's move.
Noria's picking up that box and closing it up and putting it on her arm. She's ready to go.
Should you feel the taint of the warp more than you already have seen, use the blade.
And she nods and says, I will, but hey, have you noticed all these cultist guys? They're all wearing menial uniforms. They're laborers.
It seems that song is speaking to them alone.
It's just like always. The problem is the poor.
And over the Vox comms, you hear the voice of Captain Galba just be like, "That's what I was trying to warn you all." Oh, honestly, what a place.
Oh, if he's agreeing with me, I'm wrong.
I swear, if we hear him more throughout this,
You did the
You know
right
what?
thing.
You should probably just shoot each other. I think that's the best solution.
All right, no shooting each other.
Even
keep your clothes
dead.
on.
He's
On
an
to the
idiot.
spa.
On to the spa.
Well,
It's nice. Most of the masseuses are good. There's only like 2 bad ones.
I haven't been to the spa.
and with burnt book in box, weapons in hand, you set out on the long journey to the sanctified spa.
Wrath and Glory Traitor's Hymn features our storyteller Tom McGee, along with players Ryan LaPlante, Borovic, and Spencer Hipwell. Special thanks to Cubicle 7 for supplying us with the Wrath and Glory starter set for this adventure. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and the One Shots logo was created by Decapitated Markers at Decapitated Marker, that's MRKR. This show's theme music is Gothic Trip with Thunder Horse by Damiano Baldoni, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Cheats by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, all available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. I'm DJ One Shot 2.0. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button and show your love to One Shots.
Dum Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy, Funky Head, Nomad, the Wise Paladin of the Badlands, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Old Man Mojo, Dragonfly, The Body Barrelers, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, The Gator Family, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Dan the Welshman, Afflicto Gaming, Aiden, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.